I'm sure you've heard the news. Canada, the friendly giant to the north, known for its vast landscapes and rich natural resources, is undergoing a major foreign policy shift. Once heavily reliant on the United States for energy exports, Canada is now diversifying its energy partnerships. Canada is now looking east. China, with its insatiable appetite for energy, has emerged as a key partner. This new direction is driven by both economic and strategic considerations. This realignment has profound implications for North America and the global energy landscape. The shift is not just about energy, but also about influence and power. At the same time, former U.S. President Donald Trump has been strengthening ties with Gulf nations, particularly the United Arab Emirates. His administration's policies have focused on securing energy resources and strategic alliances. The UAE's substantial investment plans in the U.S. signal a deepening of this strategic partnership. These investments are aimed at bolstering economic ties and ensuring mutual benefits. This shift in energy flows is reshaping traditional alliances and creating new geopolitical dynamics. The global energy market is becoming increasingly interconnected and complex. Canada's pivot towards China reflects a pragmatic approach to securing its economic future. By diversifying its energy export markets, Canada aims to reduce its dependency on any single country. Meanwhile, Trump's engagement with the Gulf underscores his focus on bolstering relationships with energy-rich nations. This strategy highlights the importance of energy in global diplomacy and economic security. At the heart of Canada's energy pivot is the Trans Mountain Pipeline. This crucial piece of infrastructure carries crude oil from Alberta's oil sands to the Pacific coast. The recent expansion of the pipeline has significantly increased its capacity, paving the way for larger volumes of Canadian crude to reach Asian markets, particularly China. Since the expansion's completion, Chinese imports of Canadian crude via the Trans Mountain Pipeline have surged. This surge in exports to China is a direct result of Canada's strategic decision to diversify its energy markets. The Trans Mountain Pipeline, once primarily a conduit for Canadian oil to the U.S., is now a vital link between Canadian energy producers and the burgeoning Chinese market. Canada's decision to court China as a major energy customer is driven by several factors. The U.S.-China trade war, initiated during the Trump administration, introduced uncertainty into the U.S.-Canada energy relationship. Canada, heavily reliant on the U.S. market for its energy exports, felt vulnerable. This vulnerability prompted Canada to seek alternative markets. China, with its rapidly growing economy and insatiable demand for energy, presented an attractive option. Furthermore, China's own geopolitical considerations, such as reducing reliance on Russian oil, made it a willing buyer of Canadian crude. Canada's pivot towards China is a strategic move to secure its economic interests in an increasingly multipolar world. Section 4. The UAE's strategic bet on America. While Canada strengthens ties with China, the UAE is making a substantial commitment to the United States. This strategic move is not just about economics, but also about forging a deeper geopolitical alliance. The UAE's $1.4 trillion investment plan in the U.S. over the next decade is a testament to the growing strategic partnership between the two nations. This massive investment underscores the UAE's belief in the resilience and potential of the American market. This investment, spanning sectors like technology, artificial intelligence, and renewable energy, is a clear indication of the UAE's forward-thinking approach. And energy reflects the UAE's confidence in the long-term prospects of the U.S. economy. By focusing on these cutting-edge industries, the UAE aims to be at the forefront of innovation and sustainability. This investment is not merely about financial returns, it signifies a deepening strategic alliance. The UAE's commitment is a signal to the world of its trust in the U.S. as a reliable partner. The UAE, recognizing the shifting sands of the global order, sees the U.S. as a vital partner in navigating the challenges of the 21st century. This partnership is expected to bring mutual benefits and strengthen both nations' positions on the global stage. The UAE's investment is a vote of confidence in America's economic dynamism and its continued role as a global leader. It is a strategic bet that aims to foster long-term growth and stability for both countries. Section 5. Trump's Gulf Strategy, Business and Diplomacy. The UAE's investment in the U.S. is part of a broader trend of strengthening ties between the U.S. and Gulf nations under the Trump administration. These investments span various sectors, including real estate, technology, and infrastructure, reflecting a deepening economic interdependence. Trump's focus on the Gulf region is evident in his numerous diplomatic visits and the numerous business deals struck during his time in office. His administration has actively pursued opportunities to enhance bilateral relations through high-profile meetings and agreements. From multi-billion-dollar defense contracts to energy partnerships, Trump has prioritized building strong relationships with key Gulf states. These deals not only bolster the U.S. economy, but also ensure a steady flow of resources and strategic advantages. Trump's Gulf strategy is multifaceted, encompassing both economic and diplomatic dimensions. Economically, he aims to secure lucrative deals for American businesses, particularly in the defense and energy sectors. These sectors are critical for maintaining the U.S. competitive edge on the global stage. Diplomatically, he seeks to strengthen alliances with key Gulf partners, recognizing their strategic importance in a volatile region. These alliances are crucial for regional stability and for countering common threats. Trump's engagement with the Gulf is reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. His administration's policies have had a lasting impact, influencing the region's political and economic dynamics. Section 6. Shifting Sands, a New World Order in the Making. The shifting energy alliances between Canada, China, the U.S., and the Gulf states are indicative of a broader realignment in the global order. The unipolar moment, with the U.S. as the sole superpower, is fading. A more multipolar world is emerging, characterized by shifting power dynamics and the rise of new centers of influence. In this new world order, traditional alliances are being reevaluated, and new partnerships are being forged. Economic interests are taking center stage as nations prioritize securing their economic futures in an increasingly competitive global landscape. The world is witnessing a fundamental shift, and the implications for global trade, geopolitics, and security are profound.